everyone, and welcome to Bourbon Bites Whiskey Reviews with an 80s twist. I'm your host, Clifton, and welcome to another Thursday night live stream. This is my first stream back after competing in the first round of Map Madness, so hopefully there's a few new folks here. If not, that's okay too. I saw a few folks came over to the channel after that live stream and that first initial round. Very excited to continue in the competition. So if you're new here, welcome. Say hello, introduce yourself. Or if you're watching the replay, leave a comment down below saying hello. We always have fun here on Thursday night, so I'm glad to have you part of our community. We see quite a few folks actually already here in the chat. I was a little bit late. Thank y'all for waiting for me. Who do we have here? We got Michael's here early. Good evening, all of you wonderful whiskey people. Good evening to you, Michael. Hope you're doing well. Im is here. Donnie is here. Our incredible mod team here as well. Fred, YouTube is ranking us now. Yes, there's a new leaderboard thing that YouTube is testing out over here. I don't know exactly how it works, but you guys, I love a good competition. If you guys want to compete and see who's like the top commenter, I guess, go ahead. We also have something similar on our Discord server. You can go to it at bourbonbites.com. People level up based on how active they are in the community. So if you want to get on that, check out bourbonbites.com. But I appreciate y'all coming in here on a Thursday night. Fred's here as well. Gamification means in-poopification. I mean, I can turn it off. It's a new feature that's like a beta thing. So if it bothers y'all, I can turn it off. But I'm like, I do like a little gamification. We'll see. You have a counter. Apparently, again, I didn't have a choice. It just turned on, but I do have a way to turn it off. So if y'all don't like it, I can turn it off. Let me know. But tonight, we are doing not quite the same as my favorite stream of the year. Y'all know what that one is. If you don't, I'll mention it in a second. But something very, very similar. I'm going to take several B batches of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof and put them head-to-head against the latest release, B525. Now, if you don't know, Elijah Craig does 3 barrel proof releases a year. So they do an A batch, a B batch, and a C batch. Usually at the end of the year, which is the one that I was saying is my favorite stream, I put them all together in a blind flight, and I rank to find my favorite Elijah Craig Barrel Proof batch of the year. So this is a little bit like that, but we're going back in the past. We're not just sticking to this year. So what we have here is, like I said, the new B525 batch that just came out last month. I'm comparing it to last year's B batch, 2022's B batch, and 2020's B batch. So I went through my collection trying to find out how many of them I had left. Funny enough, the 2022 and the 2020 are brand new bottles. I just cracked them today. So it's not like they've been sitting open for 5 years. They were just opened. The one that's the lowest is the one from last year, only because I really enjoyed that one. So that was not quite a fresh crack, but it's, a year or less older. So I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, literally, like I just opened my B520. I had a backup bottle. I just opened it like right before the stream. So I'm very excited. I'm not going to do it blind, by the way. I don't think I have any preconceived notions about these. I only do it blind when I feel like I have an opinion on it. I have not ever compared any of these back together. So we're going to see how they do. Of course, we're going to try the B525 first since that just came out. And then we're going to work our way back in the past to see if they've gotten better with time or worse. There's multiple theories, by the way, on the batches of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Sometimes people think the batches don't relate to each other, but a lot of people say that, like, hey, they always prefer the B batches. They always prefer the C batches. So there's got to be something to it that makes people think, like, oh, that's why I like that batch. So we'll see if these have any similarities or differences or if that theory is completely wrong. I don't know. But I just thought it would be a really fun stream to do. Make sure I put these in order so I don't get mixed up already. That's a 25, 24, 22, and 20. Let me know what you guys are drinking. Do you have an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof? Have you had any of this year's batches? Like I said, A batch came out earlier this year. It's A125. And then B batch just came out. Shout out to Heaven Hill for providing the media sample bottle for B525. But as y'all all know, it's my honest opinion. I'm not going to, fake my opinion. Most people already know I'm a lover of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, the lineup. That doesn't mean I love every release, but it does mean that I think I'm going to have a good time. I would have bought this bottle even if I didn't get a media sample. Don't tell Heaven Hill that. Listen. I'll take what I can get here on the channel, being a smaller whiskey tuber, but I do appreciate the being on their list for ECBP. All right, I got all 4 of those poured. I'm gonna let them open up just a minute because I've noticed with some batches, they really take a good 10 minutes to kind of open up a bit, especially on the nose. Sometimes they're so muted I would never guess they're an ECBP unless I let it open up. Let's see. We are aware of that release cycle. D-batch is my favorite. Wait, D-batch? What? I didn't know there was a D-batch. Tell me about that. Zara is my dog. Also, welcome. Hello. I think it might be the first time seeing you in the chat. Good to see you. More of a Larceny barrel proof fan. I've only had the Elijah Craig 925. Wait, 925. So that I imagine your thing is C925. That's not out yet. So maybe you mean C924. That would have been last year's September release. Unless you're from the future. We said we're going back in the past. You might be from the future, but welcome to the stream. There you go, 924. There we go. Yeah. No, that one was great. I did a blind at the very end of last year comparing all of the batches. Can't remember which one won, so I'll have to go back and watch that myself. Adam Freeze in the chat. Still on track for the after party. Yes, if you guys don't know, we do an after party hangout for Patreon. Or not just Patreon, the Bite Club. Bite Club is what I call my membership over on bourbonbites.com. Same way it's spelled here. It's basically the same as Patreon, just more of the funds actually go to me as the creator. You can join either way. Basically, everyone $10 and up gets access to our after party hangout after every Thursday night stream. Every Thursday night live stream where we just chill, hang out, talk. At the $5 tier, you get access to our movie night, which, by the way, we just picked our movie for June. We are going to be watching, what is it called? I keep forgetting the name of this. Every time, UHF from 1989. It's the Weird Al Yankovic movie. Never seen it. I do love Weird Al. Really excited. We're going to watch that on June 20th. So that's everyone $5 and up. Just think of it as a $5 movie ticket every month, and you get to see a fun movie with some friends doing a watch party. If you're interested or curious, shoot me a message, but join bourbonbites.com to see our Discord server link where all the magic happens. All right, now that that's out of the way, let's get into some whiskey. So, like I said, I'm going to let those open up just a little bit, but I do want to pour something while we chat. This is actually, I found this in the back of my cabinet because I was looking for like older batches. Like, do I have any other B batches? I was really looking for B523, but I must have drank that already. But I found an old single barrel store pick, not barrel proof. So this is from K&L Wine and Spirits. It's called the Quarantine Barrels. If I remember correctly, these were meant to go out in 2020 as a store pick in K&L, but then 2020 happened, so they got delayed. So one, they got aged a bit longer, and two, they made it even more special when they came out. So I grabbed a couple of these Quarantine Barrel bottles. Again, this is just the 94 proof, but I figured what a better way to start setting our palate with some single barrel of Elijah Craig barrel proof. I actually haven't bought one of these single barrel low proof. What do you call it? Normal, small batch. I guess small batch. No, it's not small. What would you call this? Single barrel low proof? Single barrel 94 proof? I guess you would just call it, 94 proof single barrel. I haven't bought one since these because now, as a lot of you know, we have barrel proof single barrel. So usually when I'm buying a single barrel now, it's a barrel proof release. So haven't bought a 94 proof single barrel in a while. What's up? Weird Al's awesome. Yeah, no, I love him. Listen, I used to do song parodies like when I was a teenager on YouTube. We don't talk about those, but Weird Al was a huge influence to me, a huge inspiration. So love the guy. Just have not seen this movie. I also haven't seen the movie about him. Have y'all seen that yet? I heard it was pretty good. I just haven't seen it. I forgot what it's called. I think it's just called Weird, right? Or something. It's some name that's not very clear what it's about, but I'm very excited to see that. It's all ECBP all night. Almost, except we're starting with the lower proof, which is funny. I'm looking at the color of these. Like I'm just drinking this one out of a Kentucky Bourbon Trail glass. This small batch is so much lighter. These ECBPs are so dark. I mean, look at the color on that. Holy moly. And they're all pretty close. I think maybe the lightest one is the 2022 version, but like they are all so dark and rich. We're going to talk age, we're going to talk proof as we get into them, but just want to set the palate with some standard standard proof single barrel Elijah Craig. We didn't used to have this problem before the barrel proof single barrel came out because we just called it single barrel. But now I have to differentiate between the two. Yeah, I mean, classic nose. I mean, I was just talking, Perry from This Is My Bourbon podcast just did a similar stream tonight, actually. And we were talking about how like Elijah Craig was kind of the whiskey that got us to really appreciate whiskey and get into it. I agreed. I think Elijah Craig was the first one where I was like, okay, there's something going on. I don't want to discredit Woodford Reserve because Woodford Reserve was the first whiskey I drank neat. And I was like, okay, I can do this. But the one that actually really made me like whiskey was Elijah Craig. Of course, that was a small batch, definitely not the barrel proof, but once I had a taste of the barrel proof, there was no going back for me. Okay, there was, but you know what I mean. It's like one of my favorite things ever. Coincidence and nonsense says, enjoy, have fun. Oh, I will. I will be enjoying this very, very much. Like I said, it's one of my favorite streams to do. Cliffy, who is my drunk persona, many of you know, he might make an appearance by the end of the stream because everything we're drinking is over 120 proof, except for this. So it's going to be a fun night. Oh my goodness, Steven Sussman, the man who I have not seen in a long time, except on Discord. Sorry, that's a lot of noise. I keep banging things around. I apologize. Steven, so good to see you. Hopefully we'll make it to the after party. Maybe. It's been a minute. Hope to see you there. But cheers, man. Thanks for tuning in. All right, going for the small batch first. Yeah, I mean, this one particularly has a ton of oak on it. I mean, that's not a note that I get too much on standard Elijah Craig. I think it's because this one, like I said, was aged a little bit longer because it was called the quarantine barrels. They set a little longer than intended. But it kind of almost reminds me of a Jim Beam profile with that oak, like almost like some of the Knob Creek releases. I guess it's just an age thing, but man, this is delicious. I mean, I bought a couple of these bottles when they came out back in, I don't know when I actually got it. Again, it was a 2020. It was supposed to be bottled in 2020, but COVID happened, and then I think we got it in 23, so it was like aged another 2 or 3 years. But man, so good. Todd's in the chat. What's up, Todd? Todd is one of our Bite Club members. He is a bourbon terabyte. He actually is one of the 2 people, along with Fred, who picked this month's movie. So cheers to those guys. Blame those guys if you don't like Weird Al. I sometimes put up a poll. Sometimes I ask some of the top tier Bite Club Patreon members, but this month we decided to leave it up to them. So we'll see how they did. I wish I could. I'm watching this halfway. Well, no worries, man. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. It means a lot. All right, so I got my palette set. We are definitely in the world of Elijah Craig. If you don't know, quick summary: Elijah Craig is a brand from Heaven Hill, one of the biggest distilleries in Kentucky, but also one of my top 2 favorite distilleries. It's used to have the barrel proof used to have a 12-year age statement on it. Actually, the small batch did as well. That went away with time. Some releases are older, some are younger. Everything I'm looking at now is 12 and under. But some of these releases have been 13 plus. So it just depends. Single barrels are just as, or even more varied, but these are batches. So what you're seeing is the youngest barrel in each batch. So 2 of these, the youngest barrel is 12 years old. 2 of these, the youngest barrel is 11 years and 2 months and 11 years and 6 months. So all very, very close in age. So we'll see. We'll see if these have gotten better with time or maybe they're losing some of their magic touch. I will say I buy every batch still, and there's certain things that I don't do that anymore of. I mean, there's you know, I guess I can name names. Booker's, I used to buy every batch, but I kind of started feeling like not every batch was living up to the reputation. So now I'll only buy a batch if someone says, oh, you need to try that batch. And I have like a few of them on the floor there, but like most of those are from pre-2022. So, but Elijah Craig right now, I still get every batch, largely in part thanks to Heaven Hill for providing these. But yeah, I'm excited. Todd said it's a great movie. I'm sure. I love him. Artfully Bourbon, Scott. Cheers to you, Scott. I actually don't think I knew your name because I think your username just used to be Artfully Bourbon. But now that I know, I'll probably forget. But remind me if you take that off, what your name is. These guys know I'm awful with names, but good to see you. Yeah, Miss Booker's being consistently good. I think that's a consensus across all of us, like people that have been following it since at least 2018. It's not that it's a bad whiskey. It's just it's definitely a gamble more these days. And we can see maybe Elijah Craig Barrel Proof has gone that path too. I'm not gonna tease y'all much longer. We're gonna go ahead and get into my review of the latest batch. I thought about like doing that last, but I'm like, no, I want to get right into it. This is the latest one. This is the one that you guys are. If you aren't here for the live streams and you're just skimming through this video, this is the one you want to hear my review of because it's the most recent one. You're probably seeing it hit the stores. So definitely stick around. We'll be comparing it, but definitely going to start with that first. Thank you, Dan, for joining the Bourbon Bites Discord server. If you've not yet joined, I'm going to drop the link here in the chat. Let me make sure it's a never expiring link because these videos tend to people come back to these videos, the Elijah Craig videos. So there's a link right there. You can join us there. You don't have to be a Patreon or Bike Club member to be there. You can just join our community, but you get access to some special rooms like our VIP lounge, our tasting room, and our movie screening rooms at the higher tiers. So cheers. Thank y'all for considering that. All right. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof B525 just came out May of this year, very end of May, actually. So this is very, very new. This one comes in at, will you focus? There we go. 126.2 proof or 63.1% ABV. Age is 11 years and 6 months. B525. Yeah, as Donnie said, if you're new here, please let us know. Say hello. We love it. We love new friends. Makes sense. Start with the, okay, Fred, maybe. We'll see. I've not compared these to each other before. That's kind of the whole point. It's like, are they better or worse? But don't like taint my mind by saying this is the worst one. I do have thoughts on it. As you can tell, I've drank quite a bit of it. It's actually the most I've ever drank of a release this close to getting it, because this one's made me think a lot. And it makes me like, this is part of the reason I wanted to do this stream, because I have thoughts on this, and I don't want to necessarily say those thoughts until I compare it to other releases, because I could just be misremembering. So that's kind of the point I wanted to do here tonight. New, but you've seen a couple of vids? Awesome. Well, thank you for tuning in. I know some people are coming over from TikTok. I did a review of, believe it or not, it was Doritos liquor. It's like a vodka made with distilled Doritos. And that video is kind of blowing up right now because someone else mentioned that in their video that like went viral. And the search result, like if you click it, my video pops up first. So people have discovered my TikTok. Maybe I should go back to making TikToks. I used to like doing what I called like bite-sized reviews, which are like 60 seconds or less reviews. Just like quick little, should you buy it, should you not buy it, of different whiskeys. I did like making them, one, because like super easy, but also two, I think a lot of times when we're looking for a bourbon, we want a quick answer. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? So I enjoyed doing that. So if you want me to go back on TikTok, I mean, apparently I've gotten like over 100 new followers in the past day. Maybe I should pick back up TikTok. We'll see. If you're not following me, it's at Bourbon Bites, same as it's spelled here. Fred said he's not had B525, but A125 sucked him. I think Perry had a similar reaction to it on his stream earlier today. But I've not done them side by side. I'm saving that for when I do my end of year stream, A125, B525, and C925. My favorite stream of the year. I think a lot of people's favorite as well. If you're new and you want to come back for that, make sure to hit subscribe and hit the bell button to be notified every time I go live. Here pretty much every Thursday night, but sometimes some Saturday night streams as well with our friend Brandon. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. That will usually come towards the end of the year after the C batch has come out. Matthew Park says he is a ECBP super fan. Well, you're not alone. You're in good company, because so am I. Steven said, I had the last couple drops left of my favorite Bookers. I just don't want to kill it. I had A120 recently. I forgot how chocolatey it was. Oh, nice. So we have B520 here, but not A120. Scott says he's looking forward to B525. The A125 was actually really good. See, again, differing opinions. I'm seeing a lot of different reactions. I usually see that with Larceny more than Elijah Craig. Usually I feel like people are really adamant whether they love it or hate it with Larceny, but I'm seeing a little bit more of that with Elijah Craig this year. I'm really curious to see why. I want to see if I feel the same. Do you do the fancy TikTok dances? No, I do not. I probably have. No, we're not going to talk about that. Brandon, I was actually just shouting out. I was saying sometimes I do Saturday night live streams. So this is the guy that we do them with. So tune into those. Make sure to subscribe. Zara says I may like A125. My memory on A125 was, well, I did just have a pour of it like while Perry was drinking it. To me, on the nose, it really sets it up for this really interesting flavor, because it's very, very smoky, almost like a barbecue note. But on the palate, it's so harsh. It's only 118 proof, but it hits you really harsh with the alcohol. And then there's not much of a finish. So I see why people don't like it. I love the nose. The nose is so unique. But I'm curious to see how that compares to all the batches this year. It might still be my favorite. We'll see. But yeah, there's mixed opinions on it. Michael said, is it our favorite stream because Cliffy shows up early with all the barrel proof bourbon? Potentially. I will say my Elijah Craig streams do relatively well, so that might be the reason. I should just put like, I should rate each video with like a Cliffy meter, so that way before you start watching, you see like, okay, how drunk does he get in this video? I do like 5 Cliffy emojis for like, this is like, I'm going to be wasted at the very end of this. We'll see. Hopefully you guys are watching it for more than just that. I love providing, I choose my channel category as entertainment, not education. So there's that. I try to provide a bit of both, though. Definitely a little more on the entertainment side. All right, let's switch over to, like I said, the B525 from my single barrel. So what I say the proof of this one was, it was 126.2 at 11 years, 6 months. Let's go to nose. Okay, not that barbecue funk kind of thing that was going on with the A. A little more classic, but there is some oak there. I mean, it's like a drier oak, like definitely some older. I mean, like I said, 11 years, 6 months. So we're not like they're not cheaping out too much with the age. It's almost 12 years old, but yeah, lots of oak character there. Ethanol's pretty high, but again, we're talking about a 126.2 proof, right? Like you kind of expect that a bit. I did let it open up for about where are we? Yeah, like 10, 15 minutes. So it's had a good opportunity to do that. I do like the nose. It's very classic Elijah Craig barrel proof. Less sweet on the nose than I think some other batches have been. A little bit of like a burnt, I was gonna say pie crust, but it's almost like a savory pie, like a meat pie, like a chicken pot pie or something. A little bit more of that, like a buttery crust. Yeah, I mean it's nothing strange on the nose, but I think it's gonna be just based on that. I think it's gonna be pretty good. I'm just reading some of the chat. Brandon says Cliffy always shows up when we streak. If we did, I don't remember that. I assume you mean stream. Maybe we'll see. I mean, listen, Cliffy can be up to some wild antics. We'll see. PSA for you: don't forget about Sherlock BBC with Benedict. Yes, we did talk about that during one of our hangouts. I have not watched it yet. I'm getting caught up and trying to round out some of my shows I'm currently watching. We're almost done with Last of Us. We're almost done with season 1. We still have to watch season 2. Just started Handmaid's Tale last season today. So once I get one of those 2 wrapped up, I will switch over to Sherlock because I've heard some really good things. Brandon or Patrick's. I'm sorry, I'm reading multiple chats. Donnie said I don't have B525 yet. Yeah, this came out very end of May, so it most likely hasn't hit most regions yet, but it's coming soon. No streaking on YouTube. Yeah, that's for the after party. That's for Cliffy's hangouts. That's where the streaking happens. Wouldn't say it hasn't happened before. System Trend says, I love the stream idea. I'm so glad you included B520 and B522. Well, that's lucky for me because they were in the back of my, I have like a backup cabinet above my fridge that I just put like overflow unopened bottles into. And I was like, okay, I have these 2 B batches. Let me see what else I have. I was really looking for B523. Couldn't find it. I must have drank my last bottle. But yeah, I did have the 22 and the 20. So I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it. Haven't gotten in on the Handmaid's Tale yet. Is it worth it? Oh, it is a very intense show. I've been watching it since the beginning, so I do feel like there were a few seasons that were like misses. Like it didn't keep up the quality that it was the first 2 seasons, I would say. But it's kind of once you get invested in the story and the characters, I think you can look past the either like the bad writing or like the inconsistent characters. I've enjoyed it so far. I'm excited to see this. I think this is the final season, so I'm excited to see that. Also, final season of Stranger Things is coming out soon. Really excited to see that. Same thing. First couple seasons, amazing. Kind of fell off a little bit, but I'm excited for the final season. Please don't streak on the hangout. We'll see. Watching The Better Sister on Prime Video. Oh, good choice, because I worked on that. Yeah, I was the AV finishing producer on the all of our marketing, so trailer, all that stuff. So glad. Let me know how you're liking it. It's doing really well, actually. So if you guys have heard The Better Sister, it's about 2 women who share a son. Basically, one married the other's ex. It's really weird. And then they adopted their child. It's super complex, but it's a murder mystery show. It's like a whodunit, but it's also like family drama. It's very cool. It's got Jessica Biel in it and Elizabeth Banks. It's a great show. So not to plug Amazon, that's my day job. I should be plugging my channel. Again, subscribe, hit the like button. Yay! I do too much promoting Amazon at work. Just started Boardwalk Empire, liking it so far. Yes, I haven't watched that. I know quite a few people that watch it. I think my mom really liked that one. I think it was that one, or what is that on? Is that CW or Do you mean Larceny C924? Oh yeah, Matthew. Anyone tried the C925 Larceny yet? I saw a ball on the shelf, but haven't been. Yeah, yeah. Same issue that Zara, or is it Zara or Zara? I'm probably mispronouncing. Yeah, I think you mean C924 because the C batches aren't out until September. Yeah, so I've delayed it enough. Like the nose on this. Let's see how B525 tastes. Cheers. Thank you all for tuning in. Oh, that's hot. Yeah, I mean, you can feel that proof. 126.2. Yowza. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to take a second sip because that. Oh, it's HBO. You're right. It's Max. I like HBO Max, HBO Max, whatever they call it these days. Dude, I don't know. And it's the funniest, like rebranding kind of situation. You're right. You're right. I was thinking of something. There's a CW show that people keep comparing to that show. I can't think of the name though. Again, I don't keep up with TV most of the time. But yeah, that was so hot. I'm gonna have to need another taste because I think that wasn't a fair. It was an honest reaction to it, but it wasn't a fair assessment. Let's give it a taste again. Okay, now that I expect it, it's still hot. This one, okay. I'm gonna tell you what my initial thought was. This, like I said, I've been drinking this for a while. It is very dry. I don't know if dry is the right word. Okay, let me explain further. It's not. It's not sweet. I kind of said that on the nose, right? Like I wasn't getting much sweetness with it. It's almost savory. It's got like a it's almost like like where I was saying like this small or single barrel one. I was saying like it's got like this really dark, rich oak flavor. This has like a young, like green wood kind of note, like something that almost tastes a little young. I get that note on craft whiskeys, not 11-year-old barrel proof whiskeys. So that's one thing that caught me off guard. It's dry. It's not sweet. Let's go for another taste. Mouthfeel wise, it's great. Everything I love, rich coating, like mid palate is fantastic. It's like this is like the one that hits the tip of your tongue and rolls back slowly, almost like a thick molasses kind of experience. But the weird thing with this one is once it gets to the mid palate and I swallow it, it's like the finish isn't quite what I remember Elijah Craig Barrel Proof being. So let me focus on the finish one last time. I'm gonna drink all of this before I get to the next whiskey. Who knows? This one's made me think so much more than any batch has in a while, and I think it's because it's so. Fuck! That flashed in my eye. That hurt. Sorry. Fuck. Of all the things to splash in my eye, it's 126 proof bourbon. Got a little excited. It scared me more than anything. It's like, what is in my eye? Okay, I'm good. Whew, that scared me. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna go blind during the stream. Anyways, moving on. Ow. We're good. We're good. If my eyes water later, that's why I'm not crying, I swear. Now that I'll be very gentle, I should wear eye protection for this stream. Yeah. It's to me, it's not giving me the classic bakery, like I always think of like a fruit tart or like some kind of like yes, buttery, but like what? Actually, a cheese Danish is actually what I would compare what I normally like about it. It's sweet, a little buttery and savory, but sweet. This doesn't have that. This is very, very savory, very dry, not much of a finish. Oh, I forgot what I was supposed to do in that last taste for. I was looking for the finish before I blinded myself. Swallow. Yeah, there's nothing there. And I remember Perry said that about the A batch during his live stream. I've not done the comparison. I'm not going to compare this to that. That'll be later this year. But yeah, I don't know. I don't. First impressions of B525 aren't the best. Now, again, for the price, for the proof, for the age, I think it's an excellent value. I've always said Elijah Craig Barrel Proof are excellent value, even when they drop the 12-year age statement. I think it's one of the oldest whiskeys you can get for the money, or bourbons you get for the money at cask strength. So I commend them for that. I do really, really love it. I just think this batch may not be the flavor profile that I look for in an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. But we'll see. We'll come back to it. I do want to compare it to the 24, the 22, and the 20 to see if maybe I'm just crazy. Fred said classic modern ECVP, lacking depth and richness, tastes younger than the age statement, and the hallmark notes like baked goods are missing. I mean, I really didn't want to agree with that comment, Fred, but I feel it, and I'm really Every batch, I'm like, please, please, just remind me of why I fell in love with Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. I know you can do it. There are hints and notes of like what made it so good. But it's like I don't know what they're doing, what's changed. I mean, they got rid of the age statement, but I don't think that necessarily is the reason. I don't know if they're just not putting as much thought into these, or maybe someone's palate at the distillery has changed and they're looking for a different profile. I don't know, but I hear this all the time from fans of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. They're not what they used to be, and I don't. That's what we said about Booker's, right? That's not like it's not that the whiskey itself is changing. I mean, like yes, like climate change, yes, technically a little bit, but that's over hundreds of years. It's not going to change between year to year. So I don't know what it is, but something is definitely changing. Aloha to our friend Don Nishida. Good to see you, Don. Hope you were doing well over in Hawaii. Sounds like I should stick to larceny. I mean, for this batch, maybe. Again, I've had the A125 from larceny. I've done that on a stream before. I think. Oh God, please, if I haven't done it yet, tell me and I'll do it. I have a sample bottle sitting over there, so I didn't know if I had done it already. Jeffrey Wack, the man, the myth, the legend. I promise Cliffy's not here yet. Yeah, Jeffrey and I are going head to head in Map Madness in a few weeks. I am extremely intimidated by his very tight, hot outfit. But I honestly am really looking forward to competing and doing a stream together. I know we've been on the stream together, like same screen, but like we've never like done like a one-on-one stream together. I don't know. It should be fun. I'm excited. Cheers to you. Hope you're doing well. Cliffy needs steampunk goggles. I think you're the only one that noticed it, Emily. I'm gonna get that large if it's still there. Nice. Not in Hawaii for much longer. What do I say as a greeting once I move? Gosh, what is a Colorado greeting? I don't know. Is that the Midwest? Does that count as the Midwest? I don't know. Gosh, I never really thought about that. You can still say aloha, dude. That's like your personality. That's like you know. You don't have to live in Hawaii to have Hawaii spirit, is what I've learned, I think. I don't know. I'm not going to speak for you. But cheers, yes. Wishing you the best. I asked ChatGPT, the answer was hello. Yeah, we're pretty basic here on the main country. Mainland, that's what I'm going to say. All right, so now that we've had the B525, let's compare it to last year's release. This is the B524. Almost out of this bottle. This one's been opened the longest of all of these. So it comes in at 130.6 proof. So we're jumping up quite a freaking bit. I mean, like not too much. Just like 4.5 proof points. 11 years, 2 months, so a little bit younger. B524. Whoa, that got blurry. That was kind of weird. 65.3% ABV. So yeah, this is last year's B batch. Do I remember what I thought of it? No. I don't remember if it was one of my favorites or not. But we're going to go back to it now for the first time. Not the first time. I've probably drank this several times since then, but. Oh, gosh. I'm reading the comments. Hey, partner, got weed? I mean, that's pretty much a lot of states these days. Oh, gosh. So some mountain oyster jerky. Oh, God. Oh, man. I used to love your snacks. Now I'm going to be like, if I see a box from Dawn, I'm like hesitant to open it. The freaking wild boar or something. I don't know. That's all good. ECP is really one of the better cask strength vibes for the money. Yeah, I agree. And that's like, even though I'm critical of certain batches, I think it's absolutely worth a buy. It's a great price point. Just really incredible product. All right, B524. Let's give it a nose. Okay, immediately sweeter. Less oak, a little more, I was going to say perfumey. It's almost like a little floral, but not like overwhelming, like off-putting floral. But it's almost like a hint of like honeysuckle, which is a very, very light floral. Sweet, though. You can tell it's got some proof on it. Again, just like the last one. But again, a little more traditional of what I would expect from an Elijah Craig barrel proof, on the nose at least. Sophie's in the chat. What's up? Cheers. We are on our second one. We're from B524 from last year. Again, this smells a lot more traditional Elijah Craig barrel proof, which is what I look for. Listen, if you have a product that people absolutely love, I get experimenting, trying. Like that's the beauty of 3 different batches a year, right? One might be a little more spicy. One might be a little more sweet. I don't know. But then I feel like every year there should be a batch that just is a tribute to what made you great. Maybe it changes year to year. I know some people really love the C batches. All right, let's go for a taste of B524. Cheers. Oh my God. Instantly. That is that is so good. That is okay. Calm down. Can't get too excited. Go for a second taste. When I thought the mouthfeel of B525 was rich, this is twice as rich. I mean, it hangs around. Top of the tongue, finish. It has a freaking finish. Like it literally, the flavor just sticks around long after you've swallowed it. And that flavor is everything I love about Heaven Hill at Cask Strength. It's sweet. It's like a bakery. Like I said egg tart earlier. I really don't know what to compare it to because it's not like a sweet dessert. It's not like we're talking like a beignet or something. It's almost like it's the casing for a sweet dessert. Like that's why I say fruit tart. To me, it's like the cup for the fruit tart. There's a little bit sweetness, maybe like some powdered sugar on it or a little bit of like jam on it, but just a hint because that baked note that I love needs to be at the forefront. And this B524 for me retains everything I loved about the brand. I'm pretty sure this was my favorite from last year. I'm not going to lie. I don't remember exactly, but I see why I love this. Yeah, that's definitely an outlier in the past few years. That feels very much like why I fell in love with this whiskey. Now I'm going to really shed a tear because, like, honestly, I'm just kidding. Sorry, catching up on the chat. Joseph said checking in to say it's B520. Oh, so he's got bets on B520. Okay. We haven't gotten there yet. We'll get there, but it's gonna be really hard to beat that B524. To me, that was delicious. Calm down, Cliff. Deep breaths. Think about baseball, then take another sip. Okay. I was like, when I think about baseball, I just think about hot dogs. So then I get hungry. The signs of serious maturity, a long, rich finish. Yep. I mean, and the funny thing is, this is what proves my point. This was only 11 years, 2 months. This is 4 months younger than the B525. To me, that proves it's not entirely about, oh, it's because it's younger than 12 years. No, you can get that element and include some younger whiskey. Now, what you mix with it is also a big factor. There could be some older whiskey, maybe much more older whiskey blended with this one. There's a chance of that, but yeah, so good. Yeah, so we've been through 2. We got 2 more to go, and I realize I'm taking it too slow this time. I'm just sitting back and enjoying what we're drinking. It's so good. Donald Rance in the chat. Good evening, folks. Just taking a quick work break to pop in and say cheers. Well, Donald, hopefully you are having a great rest of your day. Hopefully we'll see you in the after party hangout, or at least on Discord. Minimum age, sure, but what crazy older barrels went in there? And you said that as I typed this. Yeah, that's exactly. So we don't really know. I kind of would love. I will say that is one thing that I absolutely love that Booker's does. They tell you the minimum age of the barrel it went in, but they give you a card that has a breakdown of like 70% this age, 30% this age. Like they break it down for you. They tell you the rick house, the amount, the mash bill. Like I love that. I would love to see something similar from Elijah Craig. For anyone, honestly, I'd love to see that with Knob Creek. Although Knob Creek is single barrel, and I know when you do the pick at Knob Creek, they show you where in the rick house it was, but that's just for the person that picks it. That's not for the consumer. So listen, I love transparency. I love to see exactly where my bottle was. Actually, for me, it's less of the location of the rick house. To me, it's more about when was it bottled, when it was barreled. I love seeing dates. People go crazy for dates. As you all know, like people seek out dates of bottles for their birthday or for their anniversary or to celebrate a special occasion or remember someone important in their lives. I think that's a cool factor that we don't really get with Elijah Craig Barrel Proof or Booker's. So I don't know, Heaven Hill. They do. They to give them credit, Heaven Hill does do it with Henry McKenna 10-year bottle and bond. They do have dates on that. It's just that's so expensive these days. It's like I'd rather get an Elijah Craig personally. Scott says, I think Heaven Hill does a great job of getting so much variety in their batches. Yes, but do I want it? I do. I do, but I want it to be consistently good. How about that? Tony's in the chat. What's up, Tony? Tony is one of our bourbon megabytes here on the channel. Cheers to you, Tony. The best ECB since they dropped this 12-year was the C923, 13 years. Yes, I've heard that from so many people. I do really enjoy that batch. To me, that actually wasn't my favorite of the year. That year, actually, I think I preferred the A batch. I don't have it in front of me, unfortunately, but that year, that one in a blind, it wasn't my favorite. Now, maybe a different day it would have been, but that day it was not my winner. Yeah. So okay, wait. Let's keep moving. We got the B522, which is back from the year 2022. We were knees deep in the pandemic then, maybe starting to slowly get back to normal back then. 121 proof, so we are going lower in proof, 60.5% ABV. Now, this is one that still has the 12-year age statement. So this one's at least, at least 12 years old. By the way, it says non-chill filtered. They all say non-chill filtered, even the new ones that don't have that age statement. So let's go to nodes C920 B522. Gosh, this is getting harder and harder the more I go. That's what he said. Another nice nose there. Okay. I kind of want to go back to B. There's some similarities here. Or I say B. They're all B. Go back to 24. That was the one that had like the floral honeysuckle thing. This one doesn't have that. It is sweet though. Almost, I'm getting more of like a red fruitiness on this one. Almost like but not like super sweet, not like a strawberry, but like maybe like a, not blackberry either. Oh, that's tough. It's hard on the nose. I'm not really good at picking out specific fruits on the nose. I mean, it's definitely like a very condensed version of it. It's like more of a raisin. So it's like the fruit tart even more. Maybe there's a reason that fruit tart stuck in my head for years. Like maybe they used to taste more like an actual fruit tart and they slowly gotten away from the fruitiness. I don't know. It's interesting to go back in time like this. Yeah, I love the nose. It smells great. Again, we're going lower proof, 121, but that doesn't mean any less greatness. Cheers. Man. That's what I remember Elijah Craig Barrel Proof tasting like. Now, I don't think this is the best expression. I'll be honest. This one doesn't have too much of a body. It's not like heavy in the mouth like some of these other ones where the finish is pretty decent. It's like medium finish, but flavor. This is what I remember it tasting like. If I was ever doing a blind flight and someone was like, is this Elijah Craig Barrel Proof? This is when I would immediately say yes. I would have no doubt in my mind that that's Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. On the nose, again, it's a little hard to. It's more of like the darker, older wood that I was getting on the 25 batch. I will say, I don't think the lower proof hurts it. I just think this one is lacking. It's lacking an upfront body, so like the richness in the mouth, and also like an upfront taste. To me, this one's all finish, and it's like a medium finish at that. So it's like, it's a little forgettable, I will say, but the flavor is very, very good. I mean, trust me, I'll take any of these three any day. But I think I'm going to have a pretty clear, at least a couple of favorites here. Todd says he's killed 2 bottles on the stream, Kentucky Owl Batch 10 and Rosewood, cleaning house tonight. Nice. Awesome. I don't know if you mean like you're literally just like cleaning your house or you're just using that as an excuse to drink your bottles. Because I say that because I love cleaning while taking a few sips to reward myself in between cleaning. So could be either way. All right. We got one more bottle to try, and then we're going to rank my favorite B batches of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Lastly, this is probably one of the oldest Elijah Craig bottles I have, other than my beloved C918, which I just opened my last one I'm a little sad about. This one is B520 from May of 2020. Oh, that was a fun time, wasn't it? 127.2 proof, 63.6% ABV. Most similar to the most recent batch, B525. Proof is very similar. That one's 126.2. This is 127.2. 1 proof point difference. This one's 12-year age stated. That one is 11 years, 6 months. So in terms of like the closest ones, I think it would be this one compared to the B525, which we'll do shortly. Yep, B520. That's what we're drinking right now. All right. Dandy of a bottle. Love it. All right, let's go to nose B520. Oh, very interesting nose. And by the way, this is a fresh crack. I've had this sealed for 5 years. It definitely noses differently. Let me do a quick little cleanse there. Smell the hand. What are all the tricks you do? That was different. Huh, this one smells a bit like a old cupboard or an old like cedar chest, which is a note, believe it or not, I swear I used to give that note so frequently about 3 or 4 years ago. I wonder if that was like a common theme in bourbon. Like it was just like an old dusty chest of like your grandma's clothes, or not clothing, but like your grandma's like sheets and stuff. That's what it reminds me of. And I think a lot of whiskeys did used to give me that note. Lately, I'm seeing less of that. Have y'all noticed that, or is that just me? Because to me, I used to always say like, oh, grandma's closet or grandma's attic or grandma's cupboard. This is the first one I've had in a while that gives me that on the nose. I don't know. Maybe I'm just losing that sense of, maybe it comes with age. I'm now 32, and maybe like I don't remember that as clearly as I did back in, God, what was I in 2020? 27? Yeah, I was like 27 when this came out. Yeah, not too much on the nose, but let's see. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. Mmm. Holy moly. That's unexpected. This one, I feel like I remember saying this 5 years ago. This one almost felt like it zapped the tip of my tongue. Like there was like not like maybe a little bit like electricity, but almost like, you know, like when you take a drink of something carbonated and like when it hits your tongue, it's kind of like a little zzz. I got that. That was weird. Let me taste it. Maybe this is just like because it's like, oh, a world before 2020. It's a taste of something long, seems so long ago, right? Yeah, not too much on the nose, but man, that flavor was really intense. There's like some chocolate there. It's a very dark chocolate. Almost like I was gonna say not like a peanut butter. It's like a Reese cup, but if it were like only like 10 or 20% of it is the peanut butter and the rest is chocolate. That's really nice. Effervescence, the essence of whiskey. A little bit, yeah. It's just something I don't get very often. Old Dusty Chest is my nickname in high school. Yeah. All right. One last sip of this one, then we're gonna do the ranking. I still feel it tingle on my tongue. That's so weird. This one has the best body of them all. I think that sounds so wrong, but it's like, it's almost like it because it falls between the one that's super, super rich and the one that's like, I'll have to do back in comparison. I don't know. That one's great though. That is really good. I saw some people in the chat. There were 2 people in the chat that said that this one was gonna win. I think Joseph Brazo was one of them. Yeah, that's delicious. Wow. Oh man, it makes me long for. I don't want to say it makes me long for the old days, but let me have one last sip of B520, and then go immediately to B525. 5 years later, almost the same proof, almost the same age, at least minimum age. It does like dry out the tongue, but it's pleasant. I will say it is less sweet than the last 2 we tried, but not to the point where it feels like licking wood, licking young wood. Gosh, what am I? I swear, every time I say something, my brain immediately says like, "Oh, don't say that. Oh, don't say that." So maybe that's what happens. Cliffy's here. All right, Let's go immediately back to B525. More on the nose. Again, it's more of like a, oh, you know what? I remember now. Now that I went back to it, this smells more like a younger oak, like a very like a green piece of wood that you tried to snap off the tree, but it didn't quite snap, and you smell it. This is absolutely what B525 smells like. The B520, no, it's definitely more rich, more like almost like coffee grounds, like espresso. Again, that chocolate thing that I was going for. Right. B525. That's a completely different whiskey. Like, I'm not trying to be mean, but that is a completely different whiskey. That is very, very thin. Like the thinnest of them all. I think I said that earlier on. No finish. I think I also said that earlier on. So at least I'm consistent with my opinions. It's a good flavor. Like, I don't think it's bad. But when compared to at least the B520 from 5 years prior, no comparison. No freaking comparison. B520 is, I don't want to say objectively because everything's subjective, but I would love to see that officially compared by like a large sample size. I think it's very clear that B520, the one from 5 years ago, is significantly better than B525. No shade to this year's releases yet. We'll see. Yeah, I mean the only thing that B525 has going for it is it tastes good. But does it give you the best mouthfeel? Does it give you the best experience? If you're new to whiskey and you just want the high proof, sure, it's good. But if you want to really sit down and appreciate a glass for a really long time, that's not the whiskey for you. All right, let's go ahead and rank the rest of them while we're here. We got a few more minutes. I started a little late, so. Fred, I feel like there are some people that would disagree with that statement, but don't tell me if you put a leaky barrel in front of every single person in this room, they wouldn't take a little lick. I would. Listen, when I went to like a distillery tour, I saw like a barrel that had like gunk leaking out of the side of it, and yes, I did. I like did a little. It didn't taste good, but I'm like, I want to do it anyway. It tasted more. It did taste a little sweet, but it was like, that was gross. They should have done that. Listen, I had to try it once. You know, every master distiller at some point has probably done that, right? At some point, maybe they're like 5 years old, but I bet you they've done it. Okay, let's go to B524. Very dark, oaky, good. I mean, it's definitely the savory. I think that's the one I said was savory, right? It's definitely the savory one. I like it. I do like it. Okay, B522. God, I'm literally like okay, this is a funny thing. Both my partner and I, whenever we are having a really good meal or something that just like is just to us objectively good, we notice we both go right after taking a bite, and I feel like it's like subconscious, like it's not like we're trying to say to each other it's good. It just happens, like our bodies just go I don't know, maybe it's just me, but these three whiskeys at the end here all made me do that. So I think that's a good sign. I think we are in some good company here with these whiskeys. Tony said B525 is like licking young wood, and B520 is a dusty old chest. I guess if you put it that way, but it depends what you like, you know? People have different preferences. Like going to a Cracker Barrel and licking all the rocking chairs. Yes, absolutely. You get me. Joseph said, I don't be mad because I'm right, but be glad I'm still around to guide you. Of course, Joseph, we are all glad you're around. We're good. I'm so good to see you. You should be here more often, though. Come on, man. Just kidding. Things that make you go, 5-year-old master distillers. No, but I'm saying a lot of master distillers in the industry grew up around their fathers or uncles being master distillers. So I think a good chunk of them have been in the rick house at some point when they were a child, and I'm pretty sure they like did a little licky on the barrel. That's all I gotta say. So I mean, maybe I was just a bad child. I don't know. All right, let's do our ranking. Okay, one more taste through, then I'm gonna call it. It's such a peanut butter note, but do I love it? Oh, that's really good. It's really good. I'm talking to myself. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm doing Matt Madness right now, like rushing through these, but I just don't want to keep y'all hanging. All right, last one. Then I'm gonna make the decision. I'm gonna say something controversial only because we're not out of time, but it's like I don't think I'm at the point where I could pick a favorite. I have two that are tied, like equally, like they're different, but in terms of like liking them, I really can't pick a favorite. One, I prefer the flavor. One, I prefer the mouthfeel, body experience, finish, all that. But just such a slight difference. Let me just double check. Damn, these are good. I'm sorry. I'm over here in heaven right now, drinking some of Heaven Hill. Huh, that wasn't planned. All right. I do have a winner. I actually do. I didn't think I did. I promised to do it head to head. We're going to do it. We're going to reveal right now. Yeah, we got it. Okay. Whew. My ranking of B520 through B525, a few here and there missed. My least favorite tonight, June 5th, 2025. Again, this could change tomorrow. Least favorite, unfortunately, has to go to this latest batch, B525, that just came out. I'm not saying it's a bad batch. Definitely give it a try, especially if you're an Elijah Barrel Proof fan. Give it a try if you can find it at a good price. But if you find a different batch, maybe buy that one instead. So that one to me is a far last place. Unfortunately, it just doesn't stand up to the other three. The other three, I would say buy, absolutely. Like legitimately, like even if it's a little bit overpriced, buy them because they're really good. I think my third place has to go to B524, which was last year's release. Now that's not please don't take this as like this is just as bad. I think B524 from last year is delicious. I think, like I said, these top three, please consider buying if you see them. I like it. I just think the other two, to me, are better. My second place, and this is the one that was close. First and second were the hardest to pick between. Second place for me, after much deliberation, as you saw, I kept going back and forth. I'm going to have to say my second place, this is such a close one, man. Both of these were, I almost said this was a tie. Y'all heard me. I legitimately was about to say both these are a tie. There is one aspect that made it go over the edge. My second place goes to B522. So this is the one from 2022, 121. It's the lower proof one. It's delicious. The flavor is so good. It's everything I want Elijah Barrel Proof to be. But coming at 121 proof, it could have just been the competition tonight. It could have been the fact that there's higher proof options in the lineup. That's the only thing that held this back. It was missing that little bit of little like, that heat, that twang on the tongue, shall we say. So that means my winner tonight, my first place of the B batches, goes to B520, coming in at 127.2 proof. Listen, that little tingle that it gave me at the tip of the tongue, it was just teasing me. Like that was like, as Emily said, that was like foreplay. Like that's what it felt like. I was like, oh, okay, get a little frisky there. That's what it felt like. Every sip of this whiskey tingles the tip of my tongue. None of the other ones do it. And I keep going back and forth between other ones. I come back to that one, tingles, 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 tingles. I don't know what it is. I was legitimately inspecting my glass to see if maybe it was like cracked, and I was literally just cutting my tongue and like bleeding everywhere. No, it's a normal glass. I was like, could you imagine if like, oh, I like the way it feels, and I'm just literally just like cutting my tongue? No, no, it's not. But for me, so it goes. To me, I think it's gotten worse with age, unfortunately. But that's just a very subjective opinion here for me tonight. I would love for some of you to, if you ever did this comparison or a similar comparison, please, 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 one, hit the thumbs up button on this video while you're here now. But two, come back, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me think if you do something similar. Like, I would love to know, am I crazy? Am I right? Am I wrong? I don't know. But this has been my experience. The B524, B522, and B520 are delicious. Buy them if you see them. But man, what a great, fun, delicious flight. I am so happy right now. Cliffy is in the building. We're about to do an after party hangout. If y'all want to get in on it, join bourbonbites.com. $10 and up gets access to this. If you join tonight and you don't, if I'm not acknowledging you, please message me. I will get you in ASAP. But other than that, I will see you guys next Thursday night. We might do something a little crazy, a little silly, but it should still be fun. We'll do it next Thursday night. The people that watched last week may know what we're doing. But yeah, should be fun. Thank y'all so much for watching. Happy Thursday. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. I know we just got over a Memorial Day weekend, but I know some school, like summer breaks are starting. Enjoy your summer. Go out, like hang with your kids, bond, like all that fun summer things. I'm going to a wedding this weekend, so that's fun. But yeah, go out. It should be I'll say it should be nice, as if like you guys all live in Southern California. Sorry, I paid the money to live here. All right. Cheers, y'all. See y'all next week. And until then, this has been Bourbon Bites, whiskey reviews with an 80s twist. Movie night on the 20th, watching the Weird Al movie. Cheers. I'll see y'all next week.